Hello everybody and welcome back to HeMakesMePlay, where I, Marius, make other people play video games for me because I am blind. I cannot see them, but they can. And Vincent, you are here. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I am good as always when we play. Last time we were doing actual police work. We were interrogating a very important woman who is a negotiator with the union that was maybe involved in the killing of this corpse that we're trying to still get off of the tree.
Yes.
And today we're going to continue this at the point where Kim had something he wanted to talk to us about.
Exactly.
Right? So let's get into it.
Let's see. The tip says, don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power, like police officers.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we have been following that.
Yes. Okay, let's talk to Kim. We're still standing in the dock next to the woman, but let's see what...
Well, we're... What did he say?
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. The
Okay.
lieutenant's voice is hushed.
Yes.
It is.
Go on.
I was just wondering if he was speaking and I just didn't hear him. But he says, honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Well, we were kind of trying, I would say. We did our best.
Yeah, we did. And, we did volunteer to be her henchmen, but we also didn't agree to be that without question. Like, we still have the option.
we haven't agreed yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with him. I would have liked it if our Inland Empire had mastered this, but did we fuck it up, Vincent? I didn't quite see the opportunity.
Don't think so.
I think we pursued pretty much every option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the option to say, oh, so we are henchmen now? Or alternatively, really, I thought it was going so well.
How do we feel, Vincent? Do we think it went well?
I think it went well.
Let's say that.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along. Or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
Shit, maybe we could have handled the badge differently. Could we? I don't remember.
I don't either, but I still don't see the point. Like, how did we play into her hands? Like, what bad thing did happen here?
Well, I see his point that her being a pro negotiator, she has managed to maneuver into kind of a powerful position, right? Like, she's got something we want, and now she's naming prices for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's true, but as long as we don't have our badge, I don't really see any way to negotiate there. Either we find our badge, or at least now we have a different option to take.
What is Kim suggesting?
He's suggesting we continue. Let's see. Empathy, medium success. He doesn't let it show, but there's a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel really scolded right now. And there are many reasons why we should be scolded, but I feel like, this conversation maybe isn't exactly the worst offense.
Yeah, we have done worse.
Far worse, yeah.
We have a couple of options here. Four. The first one being, I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it. A second one, what do you propose that we... What do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
Yeah, Vincent, sorry to interrupt, but that's my other thing that confuses me. I would have thought that investigating drug trafficking, which is against the law anyway, I assume, that wouldn't be that wouldn't antagonize Kim. You know what I mean? Why is that a problem for him?
I guess he has made statements as about this previously, where he said, well, this is part... Well, when we encountered different law breakings, basically, where he said, this is police work, but we are on a murder case right now.
Well, okay, yeah.
So I can see that this drug trafficking might be police work, but not our highest
it's a
priority.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Still, I might want to ask him though. What are other options?
The next one is we could just, find my badge.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is let's get back to her then and conclude.
I want to start with number 2. What
Okay.
does he propose?
So we say, what do you propose? That we don't investigate the drug trafficking? And he says, no. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the union, or that we are on their take.
Mm-hmm.
We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is we ask her. Then we investigate. Briefly. He adjusts his glasses. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her.
Mm.
We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching. Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good
I
approach.
accept his proposition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nuanced.
And yeah, we're back to the previous options.
Oh, can you quickly name them again?
First one is I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it. Or the alternative, we could just, find my badge. I think we
Mhm.
can do both.
Okay, badge.
He nods slowly. That would be fantastic. But do we have the time?
Yeah,
The
where-
world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
Yeah, where could it be?
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Yeah, not an option.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
can we still do number 1?
So we say, I'm sorry for putting us in this situation. I'll handle it.
Yes.
I'm sure you will, detective. Okay, and then we can only conclude.
I'm sure you will, detective.
That's it.
I have to work on my Kim. Okay, but that's what he said, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this moment where we're out of the conversation and look at the thoughts?
Yeah.
Maybe they will give us bonuses.
And let's see, we have 2 already slotted, Lonesome Long Way Home and White Morning.
But they're done, right?
Yeah, and then we have Rigorous Self-Critique, which is still an option for us.
We don't want that.
And now we have Kingdom of Conscience,
Oh, I like that one.
temporary research bonus, -2 to Half-Light, Call
Oh,
Water.
wow.
Research time is only 1 hour and 25 minutes,
Hmm.
where the others were like 4 and 6 hours, I
Mhm.
think. And it says, the problem, heartache is powerful, but democracy is subtle. Incrementally, you begin to notice a change in the weather. When it snows, the flakes are softer when they stick to your worry-worn forehead. When it rains, the rain is warmer. Democracy is coming to the administrative region. The ideals of DeLorean humanism are reinstating themselves. How can they not? These are the ideals of the coalition and the Moralist International. Those guys are signal blue. And they're not only good, they're also powerful. What will it be like once their nuanced plans have been realized?
The politics stuff is kind of weird. I'm thinking / hoping that it's a metaphor for something. We'll see if there's payoff. But I want to research this, Vincent. Do we have free slots?
Apparently we do not.
What
Oh,
was
wait. it?
Was it a level up?
Okay. It just looked like the button was grayed out, but we can internalize it, apparently.
Yeah, let's do it. But can we also do the other one, or do we have to choose?
We have to choose. And we would
Then let's look at the other new thought.
Yeah, we would need, I think, a skill point at least to
Yeah.
unlock another slot.
Okay.
The other thought is the 15th Indo tribe. Temporary research bonus, none. Research time, 5 hours and 55 minutes. And the problem is as follows. Wild Pines, Feld, Cuprous, Tricentennial, Villiers and La Salle. Names of Revolution Indo tribes spring into your head, set loose at the mention of Wild Pines. Royal monopolies, octopuses and swordfish. Most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, Saint Baptiste, Brightest Star, Lum, Resplendent, East Insulindic, Welter, and El Cassette. But isn't one missing? Wait, no. There were only 14. Then why do you feel like there was a 15th Indo tribe?
That's interesting, but also not interesting because I have no context for any of these tribes.
Yeah, I mean, we've only actually had dialogue with one of them, right? Only Wild Pines is like an actual entity here.
Yeah. Like so often, unfortunately, so many names that I have, can't fill with any content.
Yeah.
Although it does feel like it feels so ominously significant the way it's worded.
Yeah.
That it is about more, but kind of I want to do the conscience thing because that has some substance. Empathy was talking to us and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's slot it. Cool. And now let's take responsibility for our horrible interrogation mistakes.
-2 to half light. Oh,
Well,
God.
we never used that. We're not violent.
I guess. Okay, let's get back to talking to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You're back. Good.
Uh,
That's right.
And the first option is, okay, tell me about this alleged drug trafficking.
Well, maybe we can look at the other ones first.
Yeah. The next 3 are grayed out. We've already talked about them. That's the boat, Wild Pines, and the strike.
Yeah.
And then the 5th one is
Tattoo.
exactly the tattoo. The 6th one is you seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we are
Oh,
in.
that one. Okay.
And
Maybe we should do that with her,
yeah, I think so.
but maybe later.
And the last one, you seem rich. Can I have some money?
I don't think I want to do that one.
No.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like it would put us in her bad graces.
Yeah,
This is
and
whatever.
I'd rather collect bottles. Let's ask her about the tattoos.
Yeah, okay. Number 5, that is. So, do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the picture. That's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. And we can say, so you know something about the tattoos. Or we can say, fine, let's return to it later. Or the last option, why, how is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
What? Do you understand the last option?
Yeah, it was just, how is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching?
Oh, yeah, okay. But still, I want to
Yeah.
ask number one, I think.
Mm-hmm. Better not to tie the... So we say, so you know something about the tattoos. And she says, better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there's something else I can help you with.
That's a weird phrase.
Yeah. I mean, I get what she's saying, but...
Yeah,
What?
I haven't heard that turn of phrase.
No. Empathy, medium success. She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Interesting.
And we're back to the original menu. So we can ask about drug trafficking, the
Oh.
reality, or being rich.
So this time we weren't able to do number 3. Why is it tied to the lynching?
I mean, we can try if we can do that. So
Can you go back into the tattoo thing?
yeah. So
Okay.
we say again, do you know something about these tattoos?
And
And yeah, now we can do it.
let's do it.
So we say, why? How is you looking at the tattoo at the photo tied to the lynching? And she says, better not to tie the forestay to the backstay on this.
Okay.
And we have the same
Empathy.
success. Yeah.
That's a bit redundant. Okay.
Yeah. Now I wonder if that's always the case.
Is there another option?
No, just every time the game doesn't let us choose the other option without like
yeah. I
showing
see
us.
what you mean. I don't know. We'd have to replay, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Ask her about the reality.
Okay. So we say, you seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we are in. Also, I should say, it's 10 in the evening almost, so...
Yeah. We're keeping her.
Yeah. But
Could you come down to the station and then in 4 hours we interview her?
yeah. So, reality. This reality? She pulls her hood closer around her neck. Inland Empire. Legendary success. The aim is to gain a deeper understanding.
Maybe this will confuse her.
Oh, yes. So we have 4 options. First one being, By learning about the world, I hope to learn more about myself. The second one is, it's related to that medical episode. I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
That seems reasonable.
The third one, no time to explain, just give me the lowdown.
That's the best one. And the fourth?
The fourth one is, actually, now is not a good time for a reality
Okay.
lowdown. Maybe later.
Never mind. I just love. I mean, just imagine that some police officer comes up to you and is like, yeah. So could you fill me in on reality?
Yeah.
And then he's like, no time to explain. Quickly,
Also,
tell me about reality.
I like the idea of, like, we interview her for like 40 minutes straight.
Yeah.
In the weirdest ways possible. Then Kim takes us aside and says, look, okay, she just sees us talking to Kim for like 10 minutes and
Yeah.
we come back down. Okay, can you talk to me about reality
Yeah.
real quick?
But, like Kim is off in the corner giggling to himself, and she's like, "Why are they taking the piss out of me? What is this? Like, is this a prank? I know why you don't have a badge. You're not a cop."
It's just some random drunk that Kim picked up.
do the reality thing. Come on. See how she reacts.
Also, do you have any bottles you could
Bring up the bag. And like, yeah, you got some bottle.
Yeah. Start climbing onto her boat.
Want to
I
hit the
love it.
whirling and rags
Yeah.
later? Want to dance?
I do karaoke.
I am a police officer. Listen to me. I am. Have you seen my gun?
Hi, police.
Well, okay. I thought number 1 or 2 are both options. Which do you prefer?
By learning about the world, I hope to learn more about myself.
Yeah, it is also weird, but
Sure.
it's nice.
It also, like, somewhat relates to the Inland Empire.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
aim
yeah.
is to gain full
Exactly.
understanding.
Let's say it.
And she replies, a sort of spiritual quest? Something of ancient Ilmaran origin?
She's probably into crystals, like the satanic lady.
Yeah. There's more than a trace of irony in her voice.
Oh, maybe
Damn
not.
it. We were so close.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can say, yes, a spirit quest sounds like the thing I'm on. Or actually, that is not why I need a lowdown.
No. It is. Yes, Vincent.
We are on a spirit quest.
Yes.
And Kim says, you will find him a big fan of the ancient ways. It's part of his condition.
Why he's always so dismissive of our spirit quest. Remember, like when we crawled into the oven and put war paint on our face?
Yeah, I do remember that, but I don't know if I can fault him for being...
I'm an ancient warrior, Kim.
Yeah,
Stop looking at me like that.
yeah, you hold my shoes.
We are very strange.
Yeah.
Let's see what she says.
5 XP, woo!
Yeah.
And Joyce says, nothing wrong with ancient ways, she says. Our modern ones aren't necessarily better. Ask away,
Exactly.
officer. I'll help
Yes.
however I can. We got her.
How many questions?
Encyclopedia, easy success.
Ooh.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay? The
Is that
first,
what encyclopedia says?
Yeah.
Okay.
the first is, where are we?
Well, if it says so, then let's pick it. Okay, what are the other ones if they look so good?
The other ones are, the second one is, what times are these? The third one is a white check, esprit de corps, legendary 14. What is ... think of something close to you.
Okay.
The fourth one is, what are you?
Uh-huh.
The fifth one is, what is this? Spread your hands. I don't know. The sixth one is also a white check. Conceptualization impossible 20.
Wow.
What is reach for something fundamental?
Wow, okay.
And the last one is, that's all for now.
This woman is so important. So many checks. Okay, now let's follow the advice of encyclopedia.
Okay, so
Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
She says baby?
And as always, the game has the first option to say baby question mark.
Yeah. I am such a sucker.
And
No, you're so predictable.
yeah, the second option is to say, okay, what is Martinez?
I want to ask baby.
Okay. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's also a disco holdover. Pay it no heed. Oh,
I
she's into the disco crowd.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, lady.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, baby.
Want to go to my room in the Whirling and Rags? We can talk there.
No, let's not go there. Actually, let's maybe this time we stay on your yacht.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can say I'm a disco holdover myself.
Or alternatives?
The other one's still there. What is Martinez?
I'm a disco holdover myself.
Yeah, she smiles. Aren't we all? Okay, we're getting there.
Yep.
And that leaves us with what is Martinez?
Yeah, let's ask it.
Martinez is a district of Rochelle. She looks around, her green raincoat flapping in the wind. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbor, north of the 8/81 and Jamrock.
Mm-hmm.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the revolution. She shrugs. It has its charms, but just not this time of year.
All right.
And we can say, tell me more about Martinez.
Okay.
Or we can say, you mentioned the sea. What sea is this?
No more, please.
Okay. Tell me more about Martinez. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. She closes her eyes. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. Empathy, challenging success. A brief spike of longing in her upright body. The dots under her eyelids shake.
Interesting. Yeah, I felt like the last thing she said, boys with boxy shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe from her past, from her teenage years. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like the input of empathy, by the way. That's always useful.
I mean, that's what we are really good at, right?
Yeah, but it's also, we could be very good at encyclopedia, right? But maybe, I don't know what it would give you, but you know what I mean? Like, maybe it would not be so interesting.
Yeah.
Empathy gives you very interesting results, I feel.
No, I agree. She opens. What? She opens them as in their eyes.
Yeah.
Um,
Options?
She continues. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
Okay.
And then we can ask, you were here as a teenager? Or
Yes.
we can still ask about the sea.
Teenager.
You were here as a teenager. Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and she smiles. Don't hold it against me. The boys certainly did not.
She is a boat lady.
Electrochemistry, medium success. There's a spark in the air, a live wire hanging in the wind. In your hungover neocortex. Then the sea air cools it down.
Yeah, I feel it too.
I wonder if this is a case of electrochemistry could have succeeded higher and it would have given us more.
That's not a thing, though, is it?
I don't
Pass
know.
or fail in this game.
I think so. But
You're making things up, Vincent. That's not real. We succeeded. That's why we know that there's a spark.
yeah.
Although I agree with you so far, I was hoping for more. I still am. Let's see what happens when we bust those drug dealers for her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. How does it continue?
We are back to the menu. So we can say, you mentioned a sea. What sea is this? Or we can continue with, okay, that's Martinez. What's Rochevaux?
No, now ask the sea.
You mentioned a sea. What's sea is this?
We are like a 5-year-old, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. And we're
Okay.
just asking about everything around us.
But this is a quest from the wheelchair lady, so let's do it.
Yeah. And she says, it's not really a sea. It's the Bay of Rochevaux. And the bay feeds into the ocean. And we can only ask, are we near the ocean?
Okay.
She says, yes, we are on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic. Inland Empire, medium success. Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable. Flowing in and out of sight.
Okay.
And we have a new question we can ask. What's the name of this island?
Mm-hmm. Let's ask.
Kalyu, as you already know, she looks to the waters. Imagine a pebble, a smoothed over pebble amidst the great blue sea. Misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We are in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
That's a very poetic image.
Yeah. Empathy is a success. It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Nice.
Okay, back to the original questions. So we can continue with, okay, that's Martinez. What's Rochevaux?
Yeah, let's ask that.
Or the other option is, I think.
No, before we do the checks, the white checks, we should ask other stuff, right? To get bonuses, maybe?
Yeah. But this is still, like, the white checks are,
Or one level higher?
yeah, basically. And I think
Which do you want to take?
yeah, no, I agree. Martinez.
All right, then let's do it.
And I think number 6 would bring us back to that branch.
Okay.
So we ask about Rochevaux. Rochevaux. Rochevaux is what you call a city. And we can only ask, what kind of city is Rochevaux?
Yes.
The great kind. Inland Empire, medium success. As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact. And we can only ask, what makes Rochevaux great? History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries. And we can ask, okay, who built this city? Or when was Rochevaux built?
When was Rochevaux built?
In the DeLorean century, 380 years ago.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
There is Dolores again.
So it's not just in our head.
No, it's not. I think it's a real thing.
You know, I was still questioning if that's just a person we know and we...
Yeah, or ex-girlfriend maybe.
Yeah.
But I think now I'm putting my money on it's a philosopher or something.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Other option, okay, who built the city?
Yeah.
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Semenite and Ilmara, depending on your creed.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Uh-huh. And then we can continue with, and why will it resolve history?
Yes.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. Oh, is this like the intro to us saving the world?
Well, maybe saving history
I mean, that's the least,
by
right?
finding the best political system.
Yes. And we continue. By that I mean conflicts, ideological conflicts, the stuff of men.
Mm-hmm.
And we can only ask, why here?
Yes.
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people, in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. She smiles. It's where the money is. And we have 3 options. First one, so we are in an unimportant part of an important place. Second one, so we're pretty much at the center of the world. Or the third one, so we are on the periphery, basically nobodies.
These are the 3 really interesting options of structural arrangements,
Uh-huh.
right? One is inside, outside.
Mhm.
One is center, one is periphery. I am partial to the inside-outside thing. Number one. Do you
Okay.
have a preference?
I like the center of the word too, but
Yeah,
the first one is good too.
yeah, yeah. The
Let's take
second
that
one would be my second choice.
You make me play, so let's take the first one.
Yeah, okay.
And she says, I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about, she points across the water where the skyscrapers rise, 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The
Hmm.
bottom floors are in Circum, coalition government, Insolidian mission command. And we look at the sea. Silence. She lowers her hand. Inland Empire. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. Shivers, easy success. There's no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Thanks, Shivers.
Yeah, it's
See, empathy is a little bit more useful than Shivers
a
sometimes.
little bit, yes.
But, you know,
I mean, Shivers had this one great moment when it showed us every...
when it took over the game,
yeah.
it made us zoom out. Yeah, Shivers has its purpose, for sure. I wouldn't miss it for the world, but yeah. Empathy is the one.
And we have three options again. First one, where are we?
Didn't we already ask that?
Sort of. I don't know where this one will take us. The second one is, I don't know any of this. And the third one, say nothing.
Let's ask where are we again.
Okay. Thought gained. Jamais vu. Derealization.
I know what a je me vous is.
And Joyce says, we are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately. She watches you closely as you scan the horizon. What
Yeah,
is-
man.
What's a jamais vu?
A je me vous, that's French. It's like déjà vu, but in déjà vu you feel like you've been here before.
Mhm.
And things happened exactly the way they have. And this is not quite the opposite, but it's like you may have experienced this. I've had this sometimes in the shower or something when I'm looking at my hand. And I feel like, hey, that's not my hand. What is that? That is the hand of a hairy ape. Because I am very hairy, but it's this...
Uh-huh.
It's a kind of disidentification or derealization. Yeah. Have you ever experienced anything like that?
Yeah.
Or you can look at your... It's always, for me, it's always the hand. I look at my hand on the table and I think, that's not a hand. What is that? Is it a tentacle? That's a human slug. This was, by the way, people, this was back in the time when I could see. Maybe it's good that I can't see anymore. And I don't have to look at the hairy ape in the mirror.
Are you sure you're not just a slug sitting upright, Marius?
Oh, thank God. Sometimes I wonder. It's good to have friends to be reassured in this way. But I'm curious why we have a jamais vu and what that thought could do to us.
Well, for now we can only continue.
Yeah, okay.
Inland Empire, easy success. This is one thought you need to complete. Where
Thanks.
are you?
Why don't you play the game for us,
Yeah,
Inland
seriously.
Empire?
Joyce says, was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown. And Kim says, this has been informative, thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask. He turns to you about even more fundamental aspects of reality.
Maybe we should have done this before. I don't
Possibly.
know. Yeah, let's continue.
And Kim says, might I suggest not asking them all right now? Madame Messier will be here later too. And tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am? Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term. And
But I don't feel like this actually matters. This is just the game telling the player not to overload themselves with exposition,
yeah,
I think.
so too.
But, well, they weren't expecting us. I at least want to try those white checks.
Yeah. So we have three options. And the first one being, you're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later. second one, but I want to know everything now. And the third one, but won't I be lazy if I don't know it all now?
I like the third one, I think.
Okay, let's go that route.
Yeah.
Task updated. Get reality lowdown. Of course not, says Kim. He shakes his head. You're already diligent for getting this far. And diligent boys remember where they left off.
He actually says that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Joyce says, indeed, I am always at your service.
What? This is weird.
Yes, very much.
This is a weird part of the conversation. All right.
I feel like in this conversation with her, Kim has had like 4 different characters.
Yes.
It's weird.
It's, right now he's like a school teacher.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know, like a circus lady or something. And we have to go to different acts now. And we can come back and throw balls at the lady later again.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'm a 5-year-old boy.
I mean, we are still in the menu with the white skill checks.
Okay. No one's forcing us.
Yeah, so we can still ask what times are these. We can still do
Yeah.
the white checks.
What times are these?
Also, I mean, by now it's completely dark in the game. It's like
Okay.
10:15, and we ask her like an hour after mandatory bedtime for everyone, basically.
It's not really mandatory.
No, but in game terms, it's mandatory.
Yeah, okay.
And we stand here for an hour talking to her and ask her, what
times
are
is it? This is the right time to ask that, man.
Yeah. These are unimportant times, detective.
Oof.
Ha, she's so wrong about that.
We're at the center of the world, but unfortunately at the wrong time.
Yeah. She puts her finger to her lips, then points at you. You and I were born after the dust has settled, a thousandth of a second too late. And we can ask, too late for what?
Okay.
For the big time. Her eyes light up. There's a flash of teeth. What's the big time? Is our question. The revolution, she says. And we reply, and what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
Mm-hmm.
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Who gets shot in the head and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. And we have 5 options. The first one is, would you say it was a bunch of apes ducking it out? Or the second one, who got shot in the head? The third one, who got the mineral rights? The fourth one, when was this kerfuffle? And the last one, that's enough about the time.
Start with number 1.
So we ask, would you say it was a bunch of apes duking it out? Why, of course. We're talking Duke Out Central, full swing intra-species warfare. And we can ask, and the apes, were they evil?
Okay.
And she says, no. I would say the apes were neutral. She looks at you, her gaze sharp. And we can say, sounds like evil to me. Or we can say, okay, neutral.
Okay, neutral.
Or we can say, they're good apes, actually.
It's a bit on the nose.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, neutral.
5 XP gained. Whoa.
Yes.
Again, no idea for what.
Yeah, for
But
choosing neutral.
I guess, yeah. And Joyce says, on the other hand, she turns north to the bombed out buildings lining the waterfront, then shivers slightly. Empathy challenging success? No. The tiny apes are doing all they can to be better. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the previous menu. So, who got shot in the head?
Yeah.
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution.
Wow.
But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Okay.
That's actually phrased like this. I feel like I can actually remember that now. Like before, all this information we got on the revolution seemed a bit hazy in comparison to this. I could work with this. Yeah, there was a revolution and all the communists got killed. Okay. I didn't know that before. Did you?
No, I also, like, the scale was not quite clear to me.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. Now it sounds very worldwide.
Yeah, I mean it's the world revolution, not just
Yeah.
a
The
fight.
species even.
Yeah, it's not just the fights in
Fight about
Ravashol.
Ravashol,
Yeah.
which I don't even know how big it is, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, and we continue. Empathy, medium success. She's not gloating. It's a relieved celebration. And she continues. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them as well. So well one forgets they even existed. And we can only ask, did the communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Okay.
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people. And we can say, truly, a kerfuffle. Or we can say, that's a tragedy. Or we can say, sounds like they should have shot more people in the head then.
What's the neutral option, Vincent?
Truly a kerfuffle, I guess?
Well, maybe tragedy is the empathic option. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's say tragedy.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, the Red Deluge. The Insulindian Deluge, they call it. And we can say, anyone else got shot in the head? On the opposing side? Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head. Or thrown beneath the horse. Or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. She shakes her head. Just as well. He wasn't actually the king, just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. And again, we're asked to take a position because we can say smart king, or we can say cowardly king, or I love that king, fucking communists, or I don't care about kings. Tell me one more thing.
I kind of want to say I don't care about kings. What do you want to say?
Agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're back to the previous menu.
What's the next option, Vincent?
Who got the mineral rights?
Okay.
I think there are 14 or possibly 15 people. who
The
got
tribes.
mineral rights. Yeah. The liberals got the mineral rights. She looks up at the sky. Then inland, at the crumbling city. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. And we can ask, okay, and by liberals you mean? Or we can ask, how did the liberals win it all?
Number one, liberals, you mean?
Liberals are usually middle-class people, detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolution arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well. And we can only ask, how did the liberals win it all? They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head. Remember? And we can ask, if everyone got shot, who was there to surrender to? And she says, to foreign intervention, the coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. And now I'm wondering who the coalition is.
Yeah. Foreigners, apparently.
Yeah. And, of course, the game immediately responds by saying, who are the coalition?
Yeah.
Or I can also say, wait, you just said the liberals already took everything.
No, coalition first. 'Cause you asked.
Okay. The coalition of nations. Graz, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Orange, and Sur de la Clef. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
Okay.
Empathy, medium success. There's bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
This is like Americans coming to Europe because
Yeah,
Europe is full of dictators suddenly.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Kind of, I guess.
we can only ask moralist, question mark.
Okay.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Ravashol, the coalition government. Physical instrument, medium success. The rulers of Rocheval, and also the world. These guys are strong. Joyce continues, this is their zone of control. They emboldened the RCM with crumbs of this same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
Oh my god. Part of the USA.
Oh no! Are we part of the problem? Are we the baddies, Marius?
No, I don't know. You need police.
And we have 3 options. The first one, I don't think I'm a moralist, ma'am. The second one, not just technically, practically as well. I like what I've heard about these people. And the third one, if always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am, and also not.
That one, obviously.
Okay. And almost, that's Joyce speaking, an almost endearingly moralist standpoint. She bows. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, we haven't done it so far.
Not since we remember. Before we were apparently pretty good at it.
I mean, pretty good at avoiding it. from
No,
what I
we
saw.
shot people, remember?
Yeah, but only 3.
That, yeah,
And
you're
3 is
right.
basically
We were
nothing.
moderate in our head shooting.
Yes.
Would you say? All right.
Last question that we can ask is, when was this kerfuffle?
Yes.
The turn of the century revolution? She smiles mischievously. Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02, on the Isola of Grad. Though by the end nearly the whole world had gotten involved. And we can ask, who started it? It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Tsarath,
Oh my god.
particularly virulent prison disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain.
How timely, Vincent.
Yeah.
In the times of COVID. How
Oh.
premonitory the designer of this game has been in the choice of this cause for the revolution.
Yeah. Also, it's not a prison disease, it's a prion disease.
Oh, there you go. I was wondering about the...
Yeah, me too.
That's like Creutzfeldt-Jakob, you know, like mad cow disease. That's a prion disease.
Okay. What does prion disease actually mean?
So normally when you think of disease, you have certain disease, like you know what causes them, like viruses,
Uh-huh.
rewrite DNA. Bacteria are much larger. They're actual little organisms that can infect you. Then you can also have parasites, and you can have maybe fungus, you know,
Uh-huh.
getting into your system. These are all things that exist, and prions is a completely different thing, which is very, very weird. It is simply a protein, right?
Yeah.
And protein is like what eggs are made of, basically everything, you know, chain together amino acids.
Mhm.
Very simple. Not alive. Can't really do anything. But for some reason, when prion proteins, as in mad cow disease,
Yeah.
come into contact with the human nervous system, they travel to your brain, and somehow when your brain cells see this protein, they, for inexplicable reasons, just start producing that same protein over and over again until they die. And nobody knows why. Completely. And you can of course see immediately that this is a problem, because then you
Yeah.
have more of the protein and it causes a chain reaction, etc.
Uh-huh.
And then you get, you destroy your nervous system, and that's a big problem. And not only humans have that, there are also, like currently I hear a lot of deer are suffering from a chronic wasting disease, which is also caused by prions.
Yeah,
And
okay.
it's kind of scary if it goes to the humans, because it has been proven extremely difficult to destroy these prions, as opposed to bacteria and viruses where you can disinfect, you
Mhm.
know, like surgery equipment. But prions, like when people operated on patients suffering from Creutzfeldt-Jakob, they found out that you basically have to destroy the equipment because even heating it up at very high temperatures simply would not destroy these proteins.
Oh wow.
Because the proteins aren't alive, right? A virus, they're more complex
Yeah.
bacteria that you can easily destroy them. That protein just stays on the surgery knife.
Hmm.
And so the next patient that gets it will also get mad cow disease. Anyway, a little tangent, a little monologue about prions.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's a topic I found very interesting.
Uh-huh.
And so now I'm immediately interested how did prions start the revolution, Vincent?
Well, apparently the authorities of Grad were unable to contain it.
Okay.
And
And
then Mazov came along and overthrew the government. And now we have two options to say to her. The first one, what did this Tsar do?
yeah, okay.
And the other one is, where did it spread from there?
I assume we can ask both, so let's start with one.
Okay. What did this Tsars do? It made people overthrow their governments. Really?
That's the effect of the disease?
Guess.
Okay. Revolution as a symptom?
Yeah. And we can say, wow, really? Or we can say, no way.
Wow, really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual cause of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark. I mean, I was kind of excited by the idea of a disease that had revolution.
Yeah, that
as a
would be
symptom.
an actually interesting plot.
I mean,
To me, anyway.
but she did that like 2 or 3 times now, right? Where she told us something and when we
Of
asked-
course not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn you, Joyce. And we can only ask, where did it spread from there?
Okay.
From Volgograd? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in 2008, and the coalition crushed the Rojava commune 2 years later. It was the end.
Okay.
And again, we can only ask, what came next?
Yes.
Why, you and I, officer. She spreads her arms, raincoat flapping in the wind. Our lives in the center of control. Inland Empire meeting success. Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie, pair of pants. And we can say, our lives are very different from each other. Or I can ask, what is the zone of control?
I feel like we should ask because that option probably came from Inland Empire.
Yeah, me too. Also, the last option, the third one, is what happened in the rest of the world. And it says proceed. So I'm assuming we can ask both.
Yeah.
So we say, our lives are very different from each other. No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts far more than you'd think. And now we can ask, what is the zone of control?
Yes.
It's not a zone of silence. A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting irregnum of the coalition of nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia. Esprit de corps, medium success. The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of a reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chet Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor vehicle. Carriage.
Elf boy.
Yeah. And Joyce says, the zone of control is the third incarnation of Rojava, after the failure of Suzerain and the Commune. And now we can proceed with what happened in the rest of the world.
Yes.
Modernity. They developed the marvels of inter-isolary communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Rojava West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade. And we can ask, it's been like this for how long exactly? I'm assuming 5 decades. Let's see. 43 years. Hard to fathom, I know. And now we actually have options. We can say, what have we been doing all that time?
Okay.
Or we can say, that's it then, another topic.
What have we been doing? We will follow this to the end.
Yeah. The 20s saw a decade of urban war. West of the river leveled offshore platforms in flame. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. And we can ask, and after that? The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Cheval East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere. And we can ask again only, were they? 5 XP gain.
Hey.
And she says, no. It was a market mirage, fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash. An Isola-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are. She curtsies. Task complete. Get a reality lowdown.
Oh.
Gained experience plus 70.
Whoa, quest
Level
complete.
up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god, then that means we can try the check again.
Please no.
Amazing.
And she says, welcome to reality, baby.
Baby, yeah. I still want to click those white checks though.
Now I imagine her as Austin Powers. Welcome to reality,
That
baby.
doesn't quite fit.
No. Continue. Empathy, medium success. From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes, days slipping away. And we can say, you don't seem to be thrilled. Or we can say nothing.
You don't seem to be thrilled.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. She shakes her head. This shirt is Barbara Moskova. This raincoat is impervious to rain and it's guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it. No, it's just... She looks at the crumbling tenements, paint flaking from the stone. Her voice is almost wistful. We could have had so much more, every one of us, if only we'd played it right. And now we can ask, what would you have done differently?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. She cranes her neck. What would you have done differently? Volition, medium success. No, her first.
Funny.
We have 5 options here. The first one, I asked you. Who are you in all this?
Yeah, let's do that.
And I asked you, pastless detective of the citizens' militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you? And that leaves us with the other options. And these are number 2, I would have thought a medical solution. Sounds like Zerath drove those people mad.
Okay.
Third one, I would have killed more. 400 million, if that's what it took. Fourth one, I would have made off with the mineral rights. And the last one, I don't know what I would have done differently.
Yeah, I really want to pick that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I want to know what the game does if you consistently avoid its trappings.
That too.
Yeah.
So let's pick. I don't know what I would have done differently. Then you would have died, most likely. Not far from
Really?
here. Maybe even right there, during the beachhead, defending the coast, the day the coalition took the city. What?
How could we would have been drafted or something? I don't know.
I guess. But how would we have avoided that by saying, well, I would have killed 10 times more people?
Well,
What?
yeah, by taking the offensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a slightly irrational conversation.
Yeah. Well, let's continue. Shivers, medium success. Alright, here we go again. The cold runs down your spine. She gestures towards the water. Thank you, Shivers. And we have 3 options. We can say probably. We can say happily. Or the third one, no way. I wouldn't have fought with the communards.
I want to say probably.
The shivers again. The wind stops. There's a silence on the dark water of the Martinez Inlet. And Joyce says, no, almost certainly. The commune would have forced you. Such was the fate of the undecided.
Yeah.
But we still don't know what she would have done differently. And we don't have
That's
the
true.
option to ask her anymore.
Well, she really didn't want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she is an expert negotiator.
Yeah. Now you know why.
Because the game doesn't give us the option to talk to her about it again.
I guess.
Okay, but that concludes that part of the dialogue.
White checks.
No, we are still like 1 level down.
Okay.
So we say that's enough about times. And she says, they are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you wanted to know? And now we're back in the white checks menu.
Yeah, let's do white checks.
So we have 2 white checks. The first one is Esprit de Corps, legendary 14. What is think of something close to you?
Yeah, we have what chance?
28%.
Oh, okay. It could work. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
And I wonder, are we wearing anything that lowers our Esprit de Corps? I think so.
I think so too. Want to check?
So we say that's all for now. Thank you.
Take off your pants in front of this lady.
That's
This will
what we
help
do.
us ask her about reality.
So, what do we actually go? Do we have something that increases it? Oh yeah, our blazer increases the Esprit de Corps.
Oh, increase, but we don't have anything that decreases it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
So now we take off the raincoat, put on our blazer, and talk to her again.
Of
Back.
course.
Good. What can I help you with?
Oh, disco, baby, because now we're wearing that blazer.
And I've got some more questions about reality. And now we are up to an even 42%.
That's pretty good. Fuck.
We are so bad at this game.
Well, last time we succeeded at least one check.
Yeah, I guess. Legendary failure. It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you.
Till next time, at least.
It's about reality.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So the conceptualization check, that's like super hard, right?
Yeah, that's impossible. 20. What is reach for something fundamental? And
But
we have
it's still 3%.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is there a reason not to try it?
I don't think so. The only reason I could see is that we already know that we will never put points into conceptualization and we will never be able to try it again.
And then we wait for items.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. I think it's very likely, actually, that we will increase conceptualization at some point.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Okay.
No.
Nah.
But that's okay.
A strange coldness comes over you as you look at the world. The waves sway the sloop slowly. That's all. Okay. Oh, it also says, it's on the tip of your tongue. A doubt of sorts. Already in your head. But it's not fully formed yet. You have to wait and return to this later.
Yes.
Once,
That's okay.
Oh, once the je m'avoue thought is complete.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That will probably give a big bonus.
So hopefully, yes.
Ah, Vincent, part of me wants to use the level up to get another thought slot.
I'm not against it.
But okay, I have a suggestion now, which
Mhm.
is to leave the conversation with the lady and go and sleep, and then return to her and talk about the drug thing.
Good idea.
And then in the next day, man, it's very exciting because with the level up, we can try that check again. And I think after we talk to the lady, we should do that. And then we have drug stuff to do in the harbor as well.
Oh,
How
yeah.
exciting. I really want to do this, Vince. Let's do it.
go to sleep?
Yes, quickly.
Well,
Like Christmas
apparently-
Eve.
Apparently, Kim wants to talk to us,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I suspect it's going to
wants-
be about sleeping.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what he has to say.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
And
Yeah.
we can say, I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. And Kim says, you should take care of that then.
Fuck, but we can't.
And we can only say, but I don't have the money.
Yeah.
Oh, task updated to pay for damages. And Kim says, let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, okay.
Empathy, medium success. Though he finds this situation frustrating, he's doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Thanks, Kim.
Yeah.
It is frustrating, but it's interesting. I wonder if you can do something in this game to actually get that money.
Well,
I kind of didn't take it seriously.
yeah, me neither. But I think you just have to collect bottles or
Or,
find a sponsor.
yeah, I mean, do ask that question that we never asked. Like, can you just give me money?
Do you want me to ask her?
No.
Okay. I'm just going back to the Whirling Rags.
Yeah, and we talk to Guard and beg him to sleep there. We could make a compliment about his bird.
Right.
Haha.
That's a long way, actually. And there's door. It's loading. Okay. And there's Guard. Let's talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help you?
So, about the money I owe.
Yeah.
And he says, yes, have you got it? And we can ask, how much do I owe you again? And we can also say, I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for
Yes.
tonight.
That one.
And he says, does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me? And we have 4 options. We can say, I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop. We can say, it's cold out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game. We can say, come on, man, after everything I've been through. Or we can let Kim do the talking.
Oh, that's a tough one. For me, it's 1 or 2. How do you feel?
I vote for Kim.
Really? But that's a very weak option.
Okay, here's my reasoning. The first one, I will pay you back tomorrow. I'm an honest cop.
Yeah.
Are we though? Like, at least to him, he has known us for a week now, and I don't think he would care.
Yeah. Okay, but we are different now, Vincent.
Uh-huh.
We are honest cop.
Yes, we are, but he doesn't know us as an honest cop.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Might not work on him.
Yeah.
I thought the number 2 is the most vulnerable option.
Yeah, but it also says, so again, it says, it's cold out. I'll freeze to death because I'm losing the stupid money game.
Yeah. The
And-
money game that's a bit flippant, but it's not as bad as the third option, which is really sort of entitled.
Yeah, but it's the second one is calling his money game the fact that we owe him money stupid.
Oh, well, okay, I didn't take it as his money game. I thought he means like this capitalist money game that we're all playing, you know?
Yeah, he might mean that, but I think as Guard could take it that way.
Well, there's many ways he could take all of this, but okay, I say number 1.
Okay. And Guard says, as a police officer, you must understand that I cannot take you at your word without evidence. He pauses, realizing the contradiction in his statement. Evidence being money. You can't stay here without money. And we can say, hold on, I still have my key, you know? Or we can say, this conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Let's do the key thing.
And he says, "Good luck trying to use it." He taps his foot against the metal box installed in the back of the counter.
Why?
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
Jesus.
And we can still say this conversation isn't going anywhere, is it? Or we can say, "I'll find a way in. I'll break the door down."
Is that a new one?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if I want to do that.
no.
Yeah, this conversation isn't going anywhere.
Not until you bring me the money. And Kim says, "Okay." He turns to you with a heavy sigh. "I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here."
Like a bed? Or
Guess?
money? What
I
does he mean?
I don't know.
Well, okay.
Esprit de corps. I really didn't want to resort to this, the man is thinking. And Guard says, "Oh, Lieutenant, we are done here." Okay. Cool. Let's check the motor carriage,
Yeah, okay.
I guess.
I mean, do you remember how much he wanted? We don't have the money and we're not even close, right?
You wanted like 140 real and we have 11.
And some bottles.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Not close.
Okay, let's talk to the motor carriage. Inside you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. And Kim says, "I have something here we could sell. Look in the
Oh.
back, in the suspect transport enclosure. Reaction speed, easy success. Transport enclosure? Regular people just call it the cage." Okay, and we look in the suspect transport enclosure. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark. "I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
How resourceful. Wait, what is it that he wants to sell?
I don't know, but we can ask, what are those things? And we can also ask, what do you mean by confiscated them?
No, ask what they are first.
They are spinner hubcaps. Frivolous things you put on your wheels. Oh. When the wheels come to a stop, he makes a spinning motion with his hands. The caps keeps on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
There is no way that he confiscated these. He bought this. He
So-
wanted to put this on his car.
Yeah, suggestion. A vanity you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
And we can ask, what do you mean you confiscated
Yes.
them? A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son, and high. And we can say, so you took his spinners? Or we can look at Kim, isn't that corruption? Or the third one, look at the spinners. I get it. I would have confiscated them too. They are mesmerizing.
Number 1, that's the most open one, I think.
Mm-hmm. He nods. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Yeah, not corruption.
Yeah, we can still ask him if that's corruption though.
No, don't
No.
ask him that.
Okay, and the other one, I get it. I would have confiscated them too.
Yes.
They're mesmerizing. That they are. The lieutenant looks at the spinners and sighs. I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Well, then they're ours.
Well, we still have a couple of options we
Oh,
can
okay.
go through. So we can ask, did you want to put these spinners on your machine?
Yes, ask that.
And okay, the next one is, you said something about the pawn shop, but I think we know where that's going. And the other ones are just concluding. No, that would be silly. He hesitates. I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous. And we can say, yes, outrageously cool. Or we can say, yes, too wacky. Or we can just nod.
No, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark. And we can say, I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
Yes. Or?
We can say it's only right that we sell them. Or we can say nothing.
We're becoming sorry cop.
Yeah, as always.
You want to say nothing?
No,
Okay, let's apologize to Kim.
as I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier. Esprit de corps, medium success. But thank you. Okay, and then we can ask about the pawn shop.
Okay.
But I expect that's
Yeah.
just the knowledge we already have. And he says, yes, the Bird's Nest, Roy. Near the canal. We've been there. If I'm not mistaken, it should be open late. Tutorial agent. Items that can be pawned at the Bird's Nest, Roy, appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy. Okay.
Yeah, let's pawn him. Hope it's still open.
And we can say, thanks, I appreciate your help.
Oh.
Take the spinners. Or, sorry, I can't take them. It wouldn't be right. Don't take the spinners.
No, we have to take them. I mean, what are we going to do?
Yeah, I guess. The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. Okay, close the door. And we go to the pawn shop.
Which has cool music.
Yeah. There we go. Yep. Loading.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Well, I wasn't far off.
Yeah. And there's something I'd like to sell. There we go. And Kim says, yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps. The lieutenant steps in and hands him the spinners. Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing lights of his pawn shop. He marvels at the cobalt shimmer and nods. Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump in Moscow, banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
That's a little more than we need.
And Kim says, no one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you. The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash. Of course. I mean, no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again. Thank you. He takes the cash, then turns to you. And we gained 130 real. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it. The rest goes in his pocket. Empathy, medium success. The windfall is a small consolation. And that's it.
Alright, let's pay guard.
Leave.
I mean, basically, we did the whole ask rich people for money. It just happened to be Kim, who was the rich guy.
Yeah. I guess. But I feel like it hurt him more than it would have an actual rich person. But hey, he's our partner.
Yeah.
That's his job, sort of. And I wonder if we can buy them back at some point.
And give it to him as a gift?
Yeah.
That would be cool. That's even better than him just keeping them.
Okay. There's guard again. Talk to us, guard.
Can I help you?
It's about that money I owe. I have your money.
Yes. More XP for us, probably.
So we say, I have your money. And guard glares at us suspiciously. Well? And we can say, here's 130 real. Give them to him.
Mm-hmm.
Or slam the bills down on the counter. I hope you choke on it. Or we can say, here it is. Sorry for the trouble.
Sorry, cop. Let's do sorry, cop, okay?
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, first off, we got an achievement. And we got a new skill point because we got another 70 experience for that.
Wow.
And guard says, great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I'll just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance, starting tomorrow. Okay.
How much is it?
Suggestion, medium success. He's not sorry about his behavior for your sake. Now that you have money, he really wants to make sure you're not angry with him.
Huh.
And guard says, he takes out his keychain and fiddles with the mechanism behind the counter. The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a new task, find money for rent and pay guard. And guard says, please pay for each night in advance, starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
20. Okay. We can do that with bottles. Probably.
Yeah, that's 200 bottles.
Well, we already have some money.
Yeah.
So it's not quite that much.
Uh-huh. And Kim says, I'll take a room here too.
Huh.
Guard says, of course. He takes the money and hands him his keyring. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests.
He's so full
Anything
of shit.
else I can do for you? No, we can't.
He
Okay.
knows Kim is not going to have a drunk rock party in his room.
Yeah, so let's go upstairs.
Yeah, call it a night, a day, as Kim said. And man, 2 skill points. We can just retry that skill immediately if we fail again.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a bottle.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, where is it? It seems to be... What is going on here? Okay, I'm not sure if it's in the floor, if that's just a bug, or if it's on the floor below us, on the bar. Anyway, apparently
I
we
can't
reach
help
it.
you, Vincent.
Yeah. And how does this work?
We go in our room, I would say.
Oh yeah, okay. So I clicked on our room and it says door, room number 1. This is the door to the room you redecorated. And now we can say good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Oh, now you want to talk.
But we also got a new task, end of day debrief with Kim.
Oh, wow. More XP for us, Vincent.
Yeah, my god. By the end of this, we're gonna slay the dragon.
I just want to get the corpse down.
That would be nice. Now we're loading. Oh, okay. And we're still in the conversation with Kim, now on the balcony. The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then, wait, how is that traffic? Sorry, that was me. Just, like, there is no traffic. Anyway, he listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
and we can start the conversation by, I didn't know you smoked, Kim.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I heard him light a cigarette.
Uh-huh.
Let's say that.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Alright.
Electrochemistry. Easy success. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Yeah, this is a real trial for us, I guess.
Yeah, well, we could say, I think I might want to pick up smoking.
No.
Do you have any more cigarettes?
We don't ask that.
We could also ask, how did you get so cool, Kim?
That I want to ask.
Yeah, or we can say, right then, the debrief.
No, cool.
The light of his cigarette illuminates a fleeting smile. You mean this? He flicks the ash. This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will. And unhealthy. Volition, easy success. Keeping the habit within the parameters he's giving himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. Okay,
It's true. Yeah, proceed.
right then, the debris. And we can say, how do you think today went? Or we can say, so what are our powers exactly, the RCM? or we can just look into the night and say nothing.
How do you think it went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. Our inspection could have been more thorough, as it always can, but we have some leads we can follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
Yeah.
And we can say, I just wanted to make sure he was really dead.
I want to say that, but as a joke.
Yeah. The other options are, I admit, I'm a little out of practice, or I still can't believe I missed that shot.
No, I want to say I want to make sure he's dead.
He raises his eyebrows. Right. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him, so that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce Messier, but didn't get any information from her. He frowns. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? Electrochemistry, medium success. I have a really good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I didn't understand that.
I don't know either.
Okay. Electrochemistry knows.
I guess. And we have 4 options. The first one, I don't like to waste time, you know? My mind moves fast. The rest has to try to keep up. The second one, I'm training for a long distance run. I want to raise money for charity.
Nonsense.
The third one, yes, that's how we roll in Precinct 41. Or the last one, I don't know why I do the things I do, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
No, in this case, that sounds kind of, I don't know, disaffected. I think number 1 is the best one.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if he still says that if you actually go around, because the...
You always run?
Yeah.
And you could walk.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe. That would be cool.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his fingers on his cigarette. It's impressive, especially for a man of your age. And in those heels.
Yeah.
He looks at you, your snakeskin shoes, and smiles suddenly. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
Thanks.
Okay. And then we can ask about the powers of the RCM.
Yeah.
They are quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rochefort Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offences, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. And we can say, 1,000? Why not more? Or we can say, wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse? Or we can continue by, okay, what else?
Well, it's one of those things where you can do all, I think. So,
Yep.
number 1.
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rochefort. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ask if that wouldn't be an easy power to abuse. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. He frowns. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we continue on with okay, what else? And Kim says, we can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
Mm-hmm.
And we can ask, wait, how can you be sure the arrestee will show up? Or we can say, I see. And if someone resists?
How can you be sure?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up. And then we can ask, I see. And if someone resists?
Mm-hmm.
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. And we can say, wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, or I can say, what happens to the people we convict?
Kill.
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover up for anyone, which is for the best.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ask, what happens to the people we convict?
Mm-hmm.
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to the coalition government courts in Coron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And then we continue by saying, and who makes all these rules? The coalition government and the moral intern more broadly. And the moral intern more broadly.
Okay.
Okay, that's one word, moral intern. Interesting. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Reservoir or the coalition government founded the RCM. And we can say, let's say it was the citizens of Reservoir. Or we can say, let's say it was the coalition government.
Let's say it was the citizens.
Or we can say nothing.
Say nothing.
Okay, say nothing. And Kim says, silence. A great comment to such a conundrum. And we can ask, the moral intern, what is it?
Yes.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. He pulls on a cigarette. You know who they are. They run this place after the revolution failed. And we can say, if I didn't know, how would you describe them?
Mm-hmm.
Or we can say, I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Point to your head.
No, number one.
They are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. And we can ask, what do they believe in? What is their symbol? What do you think of them?
What? Yeah, go ahead.
And we end all this with, I have an opinion on the moral intern.
We're running a bit over time, but I think we should finish the conversation with Kim.
So what do they believe in?
Yeah.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by her innocent Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats. Okay, now she's a title. Her Innocence Dolores Day.
Yeah, makes her sound like a pope or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And okay, now we ask about her about their symbol.
Yes.
Interesting question. It's a blue forgot-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that. Inland Empire, medium success. Something ominous. Electrochemistry, medium success. Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner.
Motherly love.
And now, the most important question of all, who was Dolores Day?
Oh, yeah.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? He thinks. You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. Pain threshold, medium success. For you, she is something painful, though it's hard to say why.
Maybe she is our ex-girlfriend, at least in name.
Yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
I think there's at least some sort of relation. Or maybe the ex-girlfriend is like a teacher of that philosophy or something.
Oh yeah, it could be too.
Okay. Last question. And this dialogue is, what do you think of them? The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And he looks at the city below. It doesn't look like that's about to happen. Empathy, medium success. It's more than that. There's some kind of affection in him. And we can say, you like the moral intern. Or we can better not ask.
Say you like.
Yes, I did. When I was younger, in my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky, he quotes. They're not all that bad. But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now, he thinks, then changes his mind. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me. And now we have an opinion on the moral intern.
Oh yes.
I hope one of the
I
options...
don't know.
Yeah, I hope one of the options is say nothing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And he says, do you? The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette. It's a slim white thing in his fingers. And we have 5 options. The first one being, things are bad out here, point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Reservoir. The second option, they've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism.
Is it actually that awful? I mean, he keeps saying it's so bad here, it's awful, but I mean, there's a murder, yes. But apart from that, I mean, people seem okay. A bit weird, but generally okay.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen some kind of, I don't know, what could it be? A rampant homelessness problem? Or maybe we get mugged in the street immediately? Or, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing that happened was people are stuck in traffic.
Yeah. And also, like, the child we met at the bookstore wasn't in school, but that was sort of her own decision.
Yeah, and she still, you know, her mom had a bookstore and
Yeah.
seemed happy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, I don't know. It's just the thought I was having. I don't know.
I mean, I guess people are poor in general, but...
Yeah, but they don't seem that poor, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
They're not homeless.
Sure. I mean, it's not terrible, but I think of the bookstore owner, who is not really an owner, if I remember correctly, right? She's reliant on her husband.
Yeah, that's true.
And the workers are fighting for more... Well, actually...
Yeah, we haven't seen them. Maybe there we see some real problems.
Yeah. But they're not fighting for higher wages. They want to be on the board.
According to the negotiator woman, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I just missed how bad it is.
Okay, the one thing I do remember about the workers was that previous strikes have given them medical care and overtime pay.
I think those were the previous demands.
No, I think that was what the previous negotiator already gave them.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but at least that was what was being negotiated.
Yeah, and if I'm correct and they do have these things, then they should be
They should be
quite okay.
finally satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but having medical care and overtime pay should be like, that assumes that the other bases are already covered to some extent.
Yeah.
Like decent pay.
It's maybe what is bad and awful is relative.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe our cop has higher standards. What are the other options, Vincent?
So the last one was, have you seen this place? This isn't humanism. The third one is, We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights.
You mean bourgeois, I think.
bourgeois?
Yeah,
Sure.
the French term for the. Yeah, I don't know another English term. I just thought of the German bürgerlich.
Uh-huh.
They are the middle class, I guess.
Hmm.
Like they are the lady, the negotiator lady.
Yeah. Then the fourth option is mutter silently. Immigrants, liberal kids, fucking men are turning into women.
I don't even know what that is.
What?
What is that? Yeah, okay, anything else?
And the last one, on second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it.
I mean, is anything strike your fancy here? I don't want to say any of this.
No? Like, yeah.
I still feel like everything, like he says, like I have Kim's opinion. Yeah, I like that motto kind of, but it's all very abstract, and I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So I don't have an opinion. It's my vote.
I agree. I mean, it's our first day in this world. so
Yeah, in this
don't-
reality.
Yeah, don't expect us to like have an opinion.
We
on-
don't have to come out of the gate judging everything.
Yeah, even though the game really wants us to.
Yeah.
So we say, on second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. My kind of police officer.
Yeah,
Nods, a light
nice.
smile. Then looks at the roundabout.
Team indecisive.
Yeah. Shivers, medium success. The lights of the orphan district are reflected in his glasses. The red and golden orbs of the motorway are sliding like pearls on a string, from east to west, as Reservoir commutes back to the suburbs. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Monday is over. And we
Yeah.
can say nothing and just look into the night. Or we can leave by saying, thank you for this.
I want to thank him.
But I want to look into the nights. And
But
say
I want to
nothing.
thank him.
Yeah, but I
It's
think
Kim.
we
You
can-
owe it to him.
Yeah, but we can do that later.
What do you mean?
Well, that's
Tomorrow?
That's the leave option.
Oh, you think it's not? Okay. Yeah, then say nothing for a while. Sure.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next rag. Esprit de corps, medium success. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
He
Final-
likes his cigarette.
Finally, he pulls on the cigarette and says, "They really don't like us here." And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. And we can ask, why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks. And then we can say, and in Jamrock and the GRIH,
Mm-hmm.
he looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky and says, "We run this city. West of the river is RCM land."
Hmm.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... He shakes his head. But we are in control. And it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, this city would disintegrate. Esprit de corps. Challenging success. Night. Captain Ptolemy Price steps into the yard. A piebald horse waits by the motor carriage, chewing oats out of an oat bag. Seagulls fly overhead. The sky is black. Captain Price wears a black suit and a standard patrol coat as he mounts the horse to head home. Rows of horses on either side, hunching over the sidewalks, and Precinct 41 with its dome roof growing distant. Around him the streets are silent. A kid on the corner waves at the captain as he takes the turn on Perdition and Main. The horse snies. The captain nods back. Empathy, medium success. Thanks, kid, he thinks. He's grateful.
What was that?
I don't know. A vision from another part of the town.
Yeah, okay.
And we have two options. The first one, I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good. And the second, we won't change anything here.
No, we hope, of course.
Yes, of course, we're optimists. Me too, he says quietly. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes. And then we can thank him and leave.
All right.
Task complete. Gain experience. 30.
Wow.
Yes, it's getting very cold, he says. Let's go. He puts out the stub of a cigarette and looks to the door. Go through the door. And we're back inside. And we go to our room.
All right. I would say we stop here
Yeah,
because I have a feeling there will be dreams.
probably.
So
My God, nice. Do you know how many bottles there are in our apartment?
more,
Well, we can do that more.
more than we left.
Oh, there are like, I can see 5 already.
Oh, because we will get to the satisfaction next time on He Makes Me Play Disco Elysium. Thank you, Vincent, for reading so wonderfully. We had a lot of exposition today,
Oh, yes.
but also progress, real progress, I feel. Paid
Uh-huh.
our bills, made some level ups, and the world is ours on the next day. So if you liked it, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on Twitter @makes_play, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.